Okay, coming in 3, 2, 1. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Utah Outcasts for the 27th of December, 2015. We're so happy to have you listening to us, but we'll work hard to make sure each episode is as thrilling as the last. Wait, thrilling, is that the right word for us? I'm not sure.
No,
first off,
no, it's not.
For any reason, if you want to get in contact with anybody on the show, you can start so by emailing us at mailbag@utahoutcast.com. Text or voicemail at 347-669-3377 or 347-NOW-DERP. And we're also on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube as Utah Outcasts. We are supported financially via our patrons Robert, Lee, and Dan, who have deigned in their immense wisdom and masterfully crafted naughty bits, of which put John Holmes to shame. They share in their hard-earned income supporting the show. Yes, we do the show for free, but we do offer many other rewards to those who do choose to help us out. And for just $1 an episode, we will deliver access to the super secret show that we do after this one, that many listening now will have to wait a full half year to hear. There are other awards for showing support and making the show as great as I know as it can be. Just go have a look and everything at patreon.com/Utah Outcasts. However, that's not to say you have to share your money with us, but if you do, we do ask that if you like what you're listening to. God, I'm flubbing over my words hard tonight. Leave us a 5-star rating on any of the places that you do listen to the show, whether it be iTunes or Stitcher. We do read your review and your name out on the air, so make sure to get those reviews in. It may seem a bit pedantic, but those reviews and ratings are what gain us new listeners. So please find a minute or two to do so, and we'll love you forever. And finally, not as an afterthought, but for those watching via our YouTube channel, we'd love it if you give us a video a thumbs up and a subscribe. That'd be great. So, let's get to the panel for the week. Coughing. Yay. So Felicia is taking this week off, so in her stead, I've invited the biggest fan and OG Utah Outcast, Landon Campbell.
I apologize for nothing.
And directly following him is my good friend and movie critic at WatchPlayRead.com and a periodic panelist on the Geek Dome podcast, Kyle Steenblick.
Hello, everybody.
And our special guest for this week is Matt from the Atheists of Utah. Welcome to the show, sir.
Yo.
And I'm X. I'm your host that's completely out of wind, even though, because I just got done going up all sorts of flights of stairs, so you have to apologize.
Stairs are hard.
Stairs are hard when you have 28 of them to climb up to go visit a kid. Man. So without any further interruption, let's get caught up on what we've been up to for this past week. Like I just said, I've got a sick family. I got 3 sick kids and a sick wife, and boy, it's fun.
And you go back to work tomorrow, right?
Yes. This is going to be great.
Oh, back to work. Yay, back to work.
So, I mean, it's been real nice, like, getting all the extra sleep I've been getting, and being off work is kind of fun because you're not dealing with shitheads. And the kids being off school and everything, but I find myself wanting to offload the kids on people as much as I can. But it gets to be almost too much sometimes, and with them being sick, it just makes it even worse. During the day, they're not so bad, but it's like when you get to the afternoon after lunch, it's just like they turn. It's like literally Mogwais turning into gremlins. If anybody remembers that fucking old movie.
Yeah, I saw it in theaters because I think I'm older than all of you.
I don't know. Let's measure our age dicks. I'm 35 going on 36.
Yeah, I'm 36 going on 37.
Okay. Kyle?
Yay, I'm just 35. Sorry,
You
I'm not
young
going
fucker.
on anything yet.
And Landon, I think, is the same age as me. So,
Oh, well, 34 going on 35.
well, there you go. Let's see. I also saw the Star Wars movie again.
Yay.
And I took the kids to that. Contrary to what I may say, I do like doing things with them. It's a great time, but I can't wait to sneak off by myself next time and go watch it in IMAX, because that's the format I've really wanted to see it on, and I haven't had a chance yet.
I can't wait to see it in a theater
Without people?
that's not full of assholes.
Yeah.
God, fucking people are assholes in theaters.
Yes, they
God
are.
damn it.
And let's see. I think this is the last time I was so geeked to go see a movie in theaters so many times was Avatar, which explains a lot about me.
Yeah, no, I feel the same. That's pretty much the last one I was really excited about. I even caught a preview where you got to see 15 minutes of the movie like 6 months before it came out.
Oh, wow. What 15 minutes did they give you? Oh, Avatar.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
sorry. I was like, they did that with Star Wars? Fuck. Like, how did I not hear about this?
Yeah, I can say Avatar and Star Wars, first time I saw them was the IMAX.
That's so
Definitely
cool.
worth it.
Yeah, I saw Tron Legacy in IMAX, and that was pretty fucking awesome, too. It's a spectacle to go see a good 3D movie in IMAX, one that's done well. And I've heard there's pretty good effects on this one, so.
Well, you get an Imperial destroyer in your lap. It pokes out of the screen and sits in your lap.
I've already got that, Landon.
You got that during the opening credit roll.
Yeah, by the way, guys, it is a sausage party tonight, so everybody let's whip out the sausage. Yay!
Yay!
We're not on camera. It's not like Felicia.
That means we can make sexist jokes, right?
Oh,
you can.
I feel like I need to represent for Felicia in her absence.
What about the rest of you guys? You guys been up to anything for this week?
Wait, did something happen this week? There were things happening?
Something did happen. I mean, it was only that fucking holiday that everybody makes a big deal out of, and then when it's over, it's like someone shot the dog. It's like, oh.
I remember this. I remember this holiday vaguely before having kids, and I remember it being,
cheery.
It's not too big a deal. It's kind of fun, and it's a day.
Yeah.
It's like
it's
week and a half at least. Yeah, it's like a month long now.
We have to go do this. We got to get these pictures done. We got to do that. We got, man.
Got to go to like 5 different houses. Yeah, it's fuck. I'm tired.
All you people in the audience, don't have kids.
Don't have kids if you like things.
If you like free time. If you like doing what you want to do, don't have kids. Because it ends up being a whole bunch of, well, we got to do this because, that's what you do.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Man. So, yeah, with this last week, we did celebrate Crimbus. I'm calling it that because I hate the fucking real world. That's why I go by X instead of anything else. So,
well, Krampus is a staple.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, in between that and Star Wars, yeah, that was pretty much all consuming. Star Wars.
I got a shitload of Star Wars stuff.
Winter holiday.
For the people watching, I got a May the Force Be With You beer koozie, and I also got a loyal to the Empire koozie. Yeah. I'm like, where'd you find that? That's fucking cool. Like, I got nothing but villain stuff. It's great. I love the bad guys.
My son got a shirt that says something like, I am your father, and it has a Darth Vader on it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was waiting for the punchline. Sorry.
Well, no punchline. I'm just saying the villains, the Empire, man.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't understand anybody who supports the fucking rebels. They're insurgents. They're the Taliban. Fucking terrorists. They blew up the fucking Death Star with people still building it. Sons of bitches.
Twice, man. How many people did they kill?
300,000? Something like that.
That's no moon. So anyway, what about Matt? What about Landon? Anything you guys been up to for the past week? I mean, besides that fucking thing.
Just went and partied with a couple dozen heathens at our local watering hole, Willie's.
Yay, Willie's!
That was fun.
Yay.
Love that place. Love it. And made out like a bandit on Christmas. I got a new teapot and a crock pot. I'm ready to go, man.
Yeah,
Nice.
crock pot.
I traveled down to southern Utah hoping the weather would be better.
Was it?
No, it was shit weather for southern Utah. It even snowed down there. They blamed me. They're like, you brought it with you. I'm like, sorry.
Yes, because that's how weather works. I had it tied to the bumper of my car, and I dragged it with me.
Well, I did leave here with 2 feet of snow on the vehicle and ended up there with about 6 inches of ice.
It's been like 20 degrees or so. For people listening outside of Utah, we do have a handful of those. It's been really fucking cold the last couple of nights, and so...
Yeah, it's felt like, December usually feels.
Yeah, so suck it, other 80% of people north to us, all the way up to Canada. They didn't get a white Christmas.
Global warming's a myth.
Yeah, let's keep not funding stuff like that. Let's just keep doing that. But we'll get to more fun stuff from the religious right wing here in a minute. But I did want to touch into the news if anybody has nothing else they want to talk about.
Good.
We have the do you guys remember? I don't know if you guys remember who it is, but I know Kyle will. The pastor that had his raising the dead tent.
Oh yes, did he
Africa?
finally follow through?
No, okay, that's what I'm going to talk about here because this is the guy. If you don't remember, I'll reset it for you. He's like, I'm preaching in a city in Africa because, evidence doesn't follow you back from Africa.
What happens in Africa stays in Africa.
Exactly.
Oh.
So he's preaching in a city, and if anybody dies, he asks them to bring them to the meeting, and we'll put them in the tent, the quote-unquote dead-raising tent, which we went on for like 7 minutes, I think. And we pray over them, and if nothing happens, we bury them. And I said, give me 2 days. I mean, so if they're fresh, so the closer they are to freshly dead, the easier they are to resurrect. The more days that get in there, once you get past the 4-day mark, it, once rigor mortis gives away, and the stomach acids and everything have eaten out everything inside of them, and so he says we really do pray for the dead to be raised. Literally, whenever we have the opportunity, we at least go for it. If nothing happens, we bury them. So he said, and this is where I know I had fun with this one because I love stats. We've prayed for probably 1,000 resurrections, and we've had 35. So 35 out of 1,000 puts you in 3.5%.
Mm-hmm. Congratulations, you found 3.5% of people who are not
dead. Yeah. I'm not dead yet. They were only mostly dead.
Mostly dead.
I feel fine.
Mostly dead.
They visited Miracle Max for their chocolate-covered pill. What is the chocolate for? Makes it taste better. They're only mostly dead. Yeah. So he had 35 resurrections, testimonies of people raised from the dead, and some of them I've seen right before my eyes. And so after this whole fun thing was going on here, and I'm sure since the internet made fun of this guy, not only because of the way he looked, but him saying this ridiculous shit. He says, yes, we do have, pray for us because we do have 50 hours of full HD television footage of everything coming. We will be releasing the TV footage of all the resurrections and all the preaching and all the crusades. He's on crusades there?
Crusades, really?
Wow.
If he actually had this video evidence, wouldn't he win like $1 million prize?
From the JREF, yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely.
He said there's going to be some amazing footage coming for the glory of God. No, for the glory of your own pocketbook, dude. You're going to sell it to whatever network is gullible enough to buy this shit.
Next on Jerry Springer.
Man, I just can't imagine like them trying to consummate. Okay, we want you to pretend to be dead. We're going to do makeup on you. You're going to look like you're really dead. And we're just going to say, yeah, this guy's dead. Watch, we're going to pray for him. And it's like, it just reminds me of like Jackass, like a stupid Jackass stunt or something like, we're going to pray for our friend that died the other day. He's been dead for 2 days. And whatever. Rub-a-dub-dub, thanks for the dead. Whatever, yay God. Whatever it is. And then all of a sudden they pop up and like, I'm not dead. Whackity schmackity doo. So the guy says he has evidence, and if he actually does have evidence, I'll wait to see it. But I guarantee you, it's not going to be credible. It's not going to be worth it.
Probably not. Although, hey, maybe we'll see a bunch of people lay in there, and they'll somehow demonstrate that they actually are dead. I don't know how you would do that.
I'm dead.
Unless it took place in an ER reality TV show, I'm not buying it.
It's all done like those reenactments of the true stories of the ER. It'd be great. Who else had amazing reenactments? Was it Unsolved Mysteries? That was a fun one too.
Unsolved Mysteries and Emergency 911.
Oh man.
Or American Hauntings. Those were great.
Oh, I loved those shows.
It looks like all my kids are awake tonight. That's fucking wonderful. Trying to do this show.
I mean,
I'm having fun, people. Yay.
to go along with your earlier thoughts on kids, taking time away from you, you should just bring them all on the show and brand this as a birth control show.
No, it's not going to happen. I'm not going to have them on my show. So let's see. Do you guys remember this is mainly follow-up news that we had from the year gone by. The football coach from Bremerton who wouldn't stop like preaching to the kids on the football field, and they had the Satanic Temple people come out.
Yeah, is he not now the former football coach?
He is. They took him off duty, and now they've declined to renew his contract.
So surprising.
So he's been hired at will for year to year, and he's going to be let go. And of course, the guy says that I'm dismayed that they let me go. He said that was a gut shot. In the back of my mind, I thought that might happen. But with everything I've done for the kids for the past 8 years, I figured they want to keep me there and work through all the rest.
Yeah.
Work through all the
no.
rest. A constitutional lawsuit headed their way
Mhm.
if they didn't get rid of you. Man, dummy. And so
Yeah.
he made it very clear that he cares more about his public prayer than the kids, though. I mean, because if God can't hear you unless you turn a prayer into a giant fucking spectacle. So, so anyway, he's filing a complaint with the Equal Opportunity Employment, whatever that is, Commission. But given that Washington is a at will state like how Utah is, he's probably not going to be able to get it. So he's been let go, and he's probably never going to come back. So go fuck yourself. And the only other news item that I had real quick that I wanted to get to, and maybe it won't be so quick, it's about the Palestinians that are living in the occupied West Bank. The Israelis are doing something which brings up some Godwin-esque kind of like connotations, because they're actually fucking numbering the citizens that live in the occupied West Bank area. They're giving it to every Palestinian that lives in the area, regardless of their age or gender.
Yeah, I think I read on there's like 61 and 71-year-old people's kids that are getting registered in it.
Yeah. And so it makes there's about it's about 20% of Hebron, and includes a bunch of other Israeli settlements. So the other 80% of the city is under jurisdiction of the Palestinian Authority. But these numbers, like I said, are assigned to all Palestinians, regardless of age or gender. Like, even the little kids have numbers. The one says I'm 58, she's 59, and pointing to his pregnant wife, and he said, that one is born, she'll have one too, because his kids are 60 and 61. And so they're using this numbering system to enforce a system called closure, which shuts down Palestinian life at will. I'm sure you've heard the news items about this, where they shut the gates, they don't allow them free passage between the Israeli-occupied areas and everything. But it's like immediate and indefinite detention, like if anybody tries to break through and stuff like that. But the closures last for days or weeks, and they do them just sometimes at fucking will. So, but the walls that they have, I don't know if you guys have ever seen these, but they're like 30-foot high concrete walls with like pillbox machine gun like areas at the top. It's sickening that, the Israelis, the ones that are our fucking allies, are doing this to the people that lived there originally. So I'm not anti-Jew, I'm anti-Israel. So, and you guys can give me shit for that all you want, I don't care.
No, I mean, the more you research it, rightfully so.
Yeah, they're kind of being assholes,
Well,
they have a historical track record of being assholes about it.
you look at the books that shall not be named, the Bible, the Torah, the Old Testament, New Testament, and a lot of the books of the Apocrypha. Jews are a bunch of murderous bastards in those books, man. I'm not saying all Jews. I'm just saying the ones that I don't like.
Well, wasn't there like 200 Holocaust survivors that came out against this?
Yeah, thankfully there were, because they're like, seriously, what are you guys doing? So and if you remember during the Holocaust, it was not just the Jewish people; it was LGBT and any other Untermenschen that the Nazis didn't like. Let's see. The tattoos were only received at one location. This is about the Holocaust. Was in the Auschwitz concentration camp complex. Those prisoners that were selected for work were issued serial numbers, and those that were sent directly to the gas chambers were not given those tattoos. So it's crazy that Israel's become the monster that it's become now, where it thinks that it has to do this. Yeah, it was 327 Holocaust survivors. They wrote an open letter last year calling for its treatment of Palestinians by its proper name, genocide. So
good.
Yeah.
Good.
Well, didn't Benjamin Netanyahu get some flack from the UK people when he tried to visit there? I think late last summer.
I believe so, and it's Bibi is a fucking monster. I don't like the guy at all.
Well, they had a petition to charge him with war crimes, and Parliament was like, no international scene.
I think there was a petition going around the UK. You know how we have the if you get enough people to vote on it, you can get like something introduced to Congress kind of thing.
Yeah.
They have the same thing, like a change.org kind of thing over in the UK, where they wanted to make it illegal for Netanyahu to step foot in the UK.
And if he did, then they'd arrest him.
For war crimes, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's our ally. Don't you
Good
just
for
love
you,
it?
Israel.
Good for you,
Just
Israel.
yeah.
And all the right Republican candidates have a big boner for Israel.
Oh,
I don't get it. I really don't.
I don't
Oh,
either.
they want to bring about the end times. I think that's what it is.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the Holy Land. That's Jesus' hometown.
You know, that temple that they think that the Messiah will come back in. Yeah, that's a mosque right now.
And he's going to be white when he comes back, too.
So Muhammad's coming back to Jerusalem?
Well, apparently he'll be back along with Jesus, and they're going to be bringing somebody else. It'll be like the Expendables. Come in with bandoliers full of grenades, and you know.
We brought our friend Thor, too.
That would fit modern day Israel fairly well.
This time it's personal. I love the webcomic out there where I don't know if you guys have ever seen it. It's where Jesus has been sleeping for a long time in whatever afterlife that he's in, and they said, Jesus, it's time to get up. He's like, oh God, what year is it? He's like, they're like 1930 something, and so he's like, he starts to give himself a shave, getting rid of the beard, getting rid of all the long hair and everything. So like in the final panel of the comic, he turns to the quote unquote camera, and it's fucking
Hitler
it's
style.
Hitler saying, this time it's personal, you know. And I'm like, that's fucked up but hilarious, because you gotta laugh at the fucking outrageous stuff out there, otherwise you're just a prude. I'm sorry, you're a prude.
I'm sorry, is this coming from one of the moderators on the AOU unofficial Facebook page?
Yeah. Hey, this is my show. I can say whatever the fuck I want on it. This isn't a group of like 3,000 people where they're like, I don't like big words used against people. But I looked that one up. That's a $5 dictionary word. Gone.
that's a triple word score right there.
But they don't know that I made fun of them. Come on. They had to look that one up. I know they did.
It's okay. They weren't really offended. They didn't. They just didn't understand it.
It was their Disney atheism sensitivities.
Oh,
Ugh, fucking Disney atheists. Don't even get me started on that one. Everybody just giving everybody a fucking pass because they're like, well, we don't want to be that kind of atheist. No, you need to be that kind of atheist.
Well,
But Chris, don't we want to let everyone in and be nice and kind to them?
No,
and
I want
have
to.
a college safe space.
No, this is not a safe space. I will trigger you. You know.
You've been warned.
Well, and I understand a lot of the stuff where there needs to be safe spaces in certain spots, and there do need to be certain trigger things that need to be brought up. But you know what? When it comes to atheism, you know, like, you don't have a right to not be offended. I just.
Well, I think
so
it's the
angry.
same way with religion. There are no sacred cows.
No, all of them hamburger right now. 100 years dungeon. But you know what? I'm kind of running out of stuff to talk about this segment, so we're going to be back in a minute with the fun with real audio. So just hang out there for a second. We'll be right back. Okay, we are back from the break. For those that aren't listening on the Patreon channel, you missed us talking about manscaping. We talked about Dan Ellis for a little bit. So Dan, you got to go listen to that unabridged show. But anyway, we're going to get into our main topic. Not main topic, shit. I am jumping stuff here around. God, bleh. We talked about kids and stress and all that fun stuff that's happening around the Reed household tonight. But we're going to jump into our Fun with Real Audio segment. God, such a pro. This is the last show of the year of 2015, so 2016 will be much better, much easier to do. So, first up, we have everybody's favorite right-wing presidential candidate. Not Trump, not Cruz, Mike Fuckabee.
He hasn't dropped out yet.
No. I think Lindsey Graham dropped out, and I'm happy for that.
yeah. Huckabee's not going to drop out till God tells him to.
You know, he's
Ugh.
you know, God's really horrible at polling people, you know. If all these people were running because God told them to, isn't that like both teams praying for like them to win the football game, but ultimately one of them loses and be like, oh, why did we lose? Oh, it's because he's a Muslim. Oh, okay. Yep, that's how the GOP works.
Yeah, but Huckabee's like a reoccurring nightmare. He was around back when Obama was running the last term.
Mm-hmm.
He's just doing it because he needs more book sales and shit.
Ugh.
I don't think he would actually even become president. But let's hear what he has to say, because he, like the GOP, wants to blame somebody for something. And anyway, just listen to it.
In the short time between the time that the President of the United States started calling people and congratulating them on their sexual identity and sexual preference, whether because they were in the NBA or the NFL, and he celebrated same-sex marriage and made it an important part of his administration's agenda. Just this past June, we had a Supreme Court decision, which I believe was illegal and unconstitutional, but we'll get into that later. But we had a decision.
He's getting applause for that fucking comment.
Does he even know what an agenda is? Obama never had that on his agenda. He came out in support of it like a month before it got passed.
Yeah, he evolved on the issue, if you remember the wording that he chose to use around then.
Yeah, exactly. Very apologetic. That was not a part of his agenda.
No, but...
No, and Huckabee clearly doesn't have any idea what the ruling actually entailed or what it said. Otherwise, he wouldn't call it illegal.
Yeah, but let's let him finish up here, and then we'll tear into him a little bit.
And most of the major corporations of America, brands that you have bought for your whole life, immediately put rainbows up on their website celebrating same-sex marriage. And the White House was lit in rainbow colors that very night. The point I'm making is this: we would not be where we are in that decision had a president not given it the cultural kind of acceptance and the authenticity and the authenticating that he did.
Wrong.
He's fucking delusional.
Wrong. Okay.
That's impressively wrong.
Okay.
Right there.
So
he thinks the president can have that much of an effect? If that was true, the country would be in a better shape.
Rainbow cookies. He's still mad about the rainbow Doritos, I bet, because they came out specifically to say "fuck you, Mike Huckabee." So
I thought that was a fake thing. I thought they actually didn't make it. It was just a meme.
They did, but
they did.
It was only for what is it? Not Dan Savage. What is it? Was it Dan Savage? His foundation that he has? I think it was that one. They only sent them out to a specific handful of people. It wasn't like wide release.
Yeah,
but
it wasn't. They weren't available at the consumer level.
No.
Did the rainbow covered wrappers at your local Burger King ever become a thing? Because I never saw that.
No. Well, you know, Burger King. The Burger King is an anti-Semite and no, just kidding. Not Burger King itself. I'm talking about the sneaky fuck that would creep in. Why don't they bring that advertising thing back? God. But anyway, don't want to get off topic. So he's completely wrong. First of all, what's wrong with having rainbows on your packaging and your products and stuff like that? What is wrong with celebrating somebody who's different than you are?
It's stealing God's promise from the Bible.
Yeah. God's promise to never interfere again. I'm sorry,
right.
guys.
I'm
sorry.
I'm not going to push the big reset button again until I'm coming back for like a second time. I don't know, third. Fuck, I don't know. I mean, everybody thought that the guy that was like outside the tomb of Jesus wasn't actually Jesus. He didn't actually look like him or anything. Go read it. It's in the fucking Gospels, people. All four of them have like different sayings about who was there, what they saw, and where it was, where it really happened. You know, you guys' fucking testimonies are bullshit.
Eyewitness accounts right there.
Yeah, it's exactly what you'd get from an eyewitness account. Just watch Monsters, Inc. You're like, what was it? It was a monster with like 13 eyes. And like, no, are you sure? No. But he's blaming President Obama for supporting this thing. Okay, it's not Obama's fault that this ruling came out. It was your overstepping of your fucking boundaries, GOP. if you wouldn't have tried to make it a constitutional ban on gay marriage, there wouldn't have been a constitutional case brought to the fucking Supreme Court.
Yep.
And
Thanks, Utah.
yeah, we are instrumental in the fact that
Thank you, restore our humanity.
That's
they
right.
really push that.
Except I heard they're being kind of dicks to atheists.
No. That's wrong organization.
Wrong organization. Okay. I want to make sure I got it right there.
That was the Equality House.
Yes.
Yeah.
Quality Utah.
That's right. Yeah,
They
there
can
you
go
go.
fuck themselves.
Yeah, go fuck yourself. You don't want atheist money, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
We're about to give you free money. You're like, no, we can't be seen taking that from you guys. No.
Atheist is a bad word.
Atheists are mean. They're doo-doo heads. We don't like them.
Well, I mean, we kind of are mean.
Well, a little bit.
In a loving way.
I know, but like if you ply us with pasta and beer, we're good, man. We don't like we're pretty satiated at a certain point. We're like, meh, I don't care anymore.
I could eat no more babies. I'm good.
I'm all full. That little brie pate of that little kid. You just so
I don't know if brie's really the right cheese for that.
I don't know.
Can someone message Felicia real quick and ask her?
What is the appropriate
What's
cheese
appropriate
to pair
cheese
with
for
baby?
childs? To eat with children. She'd pick her favorite one. I can't remember which one it is, but Harbison. There you go, Harbison. We got to talk cheese on the show. We have to. It's a prerequisite. So
It's a staple.
We're going to move on to my favorite guy, Brian motherfucking Fisher.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
And he says about one of the... I am constantly floored and reminded of how the depths of stupidity that these people can step into. Like, you think that there would eventually be a level where, like, okay, they can't possibly say anything dumber than that. And they fucking surprise me every week. And it's even been a slow week because of the holiday and everything. But we have him saying this, so hang on.
You know, I'm not a scientist or a whatever, but...
He's not a scientist or a whatever.
A whatever? What exactly is a whatever?
I can fit into the whatever category.
I wanna. Yeah, he's not a whatever.
Yeah,
I'll be a whatever.
he's an angry old white dude with silver hair. He's a silver fox. Silver fox. Sorry, somebody will have to get the reference.
You know, I have read that reptiles continue to grow until they die.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
He's got a yes man with him. It's like Flava Flav up there. Yeah, boy.
Yeah, yeah. They'll keep
That's
growing
not
like
accurate.
goldfish. It doesn't matter. They're not going for accuracy here. They're not a whatever.
No. This is I'm not a scientist or whatever, but I heard that my penis will grow exponentially if you suck it. Oh yeah.
I heard if you trim the bushes, the tree looks bigger.
It's true. The shorter the grass, the taller the tree.
So you think about the pre-flood Earth. I mean, you got people living 969 years. No reason to doubt that, ladies and gentlemen.
No reason
69.
at all to doubt that. Yeah,
69.
sure.
Wait, pre-flood. Is that pre-Ice Age?
No, that's pre-flood.
This is you're thinking scientific terms. You got to think magical hippy dippy thinky time. You know,
Yeah,
you
so
gotta-
like 4,000 years ago or some shit.
So after Sauron was defeated and, the magic left Middle-earth, right?
or
Sure.
it's pre-Gozer.
Yeah, well, magic didn't leave Middle-earth until the elves all left. And that was like way after
yeah,
Sauron was
Elrond
defeated.
didn't leave until much
So the
later.
flood happened after that?
It was, yeah. I mean, it had to be. I mean, the elves wouldn't stand for that shit.
Is this before the reptile humans from the center of the earth?
No, they're still there.
They're still there, right? They're
yeah.
still in stasis, right?
Well, that's
Illuminati.
That's where the shadow government is based.
Oh no! I'm talking about Doctor Who ones.
Oh yeah, no. Homo reptilia. No, they're still there. They're dormant. They're okay.
They're waiting for the time when they can get along with people
Yeah.
on Earth. Yeah.
Mhm.
Except one made it into the Victorian age of England. It's pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah, she's like the reptile lesbian Sherlock Holmes.
Love that character. God.
Yes.
And a lesbian.
She's not like Sherlock Holmes. She is.
Yeah,
Sherlock
they based the
Holmes.
character
they
of Sherlock
based
Holmes. Yep. And I love their butler. Can't remember his name, but
Strax.
yes.
For the glory of the Centauran Empire.
Getting super nerdy. So yeah, pre-flood Earth. No, okay, well, are we talking? We can get comic book on this. Like, are you talking Earth 1, Earth 616?
I think it's Earth 8.
Earth 8. Okay, so
This is before the poles switched position.
where it just makes things on your map go, oh, that's weird. My fucking compass is weird. That's about all it would do. Okay, Brian Fisher.
Do not doubt this book. Methuselah, 969 years he lived.
Do not doubt this book. Dude. I listen to some of these, but I don't listen to the whole thing a lot of times. Just do not doubt this book. Keep praying. Keep thinking. Don't look. Don't read it. No. Don't study it. No. Don't.
Too late.
No.
This would be a very good time to play Tim Minchin's Good Book.
It's fucking horrible. Methuselah, 969 years old, and be like, no. How about no? Just no.
Wait, is Methuselah an Anne Rice character?
No,
I bet you he was in at least one of the vampire books. Now that she's gone Christy, but she's not Catholic anymore, I don't think, but she's still religious, quote unquote religious. You know.
That's too bad.
That's too bad. She wrote some good vampire books. At least I thought they were good. People are out there going to be like, those books fucking suck.
Nah, they're good.
I enjoyed them.
I enjoyed them quite a bit. So let's let him finish.
So longevity, obviously, for all living things was much greater before the flood.
Citation needed.
The book.
No, wait. But he's saying that because Methuselah lived to a later age, that all things had to live to a later age. So we had houseflies that instead of lasting for a week, they were around for like a year and a half. That'd be fucking annoying.
You haven't heard the Christian apologetic for that yet?
No. Which one is this? Is this about the compressed atmosphere of oxygen?
No.
Because I'm going Ken Hovind because I've studied his shit a lot.
Yeah, I've heard all sorts of shit.
Like the giant ice sheet in the sky. Like, you know, if that broke up and landed on the Earth, that would be like an asteroid impact, right? You know this, right?
No, this one is, it goes to saying because Adam was God's son, he had like some type of a God immortality, but he was still kind of mortal, which is why they lived so long. Okay, Same thing with all the original creation. And then with each successive generation, they get further away from God, so they start dying younger and younger.
Okay, so if that was the case, it would be diminishing returns, right? So you'd have something eventually that would last fractions of time of what the original generation is. Then how the fuck come are we living longer than we ever have before?
Well, according to the Bible,
because the flood, the flood erased all the records, right?
Oh, because sin. We're not. Sinning
oh yeah,
as much
that's
as we
right.
used to. That's what it must be.
Yeah. So essentially, the flood turned God mode off on these guys. They were playing life with God mode on.
Stop touching yourself.
No, you guys don't get infinite lives anymore. Sorry.
Nope, you tugged it before you went to work. Nope, sorry.
I personally turned God mode on by sucking stem cells out of aborted fetuses. So
works every time.
Fucking love that South Park episode. Okay, so his equivocation here, like I said, Methuselah lived later, so that must mean that everything didn't, and you can put the dots together now.
So you think about a lizard. I mean, here's a lizard living for 200 years.
Yeah.
What if you had this same lizard
living
for 1,000 years?
Right.
Continuing to grow. You imagine the size that he would be?
Are you saying that maybe...
It's Gogeta!
Oh, fuck.
This co-host sounds like he's taking the same sleep medication as Ben Carson.
I don't know, to me, it sounds like Alex from Dogma Debate.
Oh.
Wow.
Disney atheists. Well, actually, he's not. He's pretty adamant about it.
That's where dinosaurs came from?
Yeah, I'm thinking that could be the explanation for dinosaurs. They were just like reptiles that just like grew
Makes
for
sense.
1,000 years, kept growing, kept growing, kept growing.
Were you fucking kidding me?
All the fossils, all of those are just old reptiles. They're just really old reptiles. That goes against what they put in the Creation Museum, where they said the dinosaurs lived among the humans. Answers in Genesis would not be happy with you, Brian Fisher.
Well, no, shit. They can't all get their shit together. They don't know what they're talking about.
I was going to say, do you expect all the sects to suddenly agree on everything? We would have a bunch, 2,000 Christianity sects.
Yeah, I had that out with my parents. Like, not my parents, but I think it was my dad. He was talking about them Muslims over there and how they're going to come for the guns and all this stuff. And so he got himself a new gun for Christmas. And as I was talking to him, he's like, well, no, they all want us dead. They all want to do this. I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm like, do you even understand like the differences between like Wahhabism, Sunnis, Shias, the Kurds, all this other stuff? And he's like, well, yeah, I was there. I understand some of that. And I'm like, okay, so you're telling me that every single one of them wants to do exactly like you're being paranoid about how they're going to come here and blow everything up. Oh no, it's just ISIS. I'm like, okay, well you narrowed it down to one group. He's like, yeah, they're all like that. I'm like, no, they're you just said they're not. You said that's just ISIS. And I said, Dad, that's like the Westboro Baptist Church saying that they're going to do some crazy shit. I'm like, you can't blame everybody. I mean, they have a certain responsibility that they need to like call out their own shit and try to fix their own problems from within, but you can't say all of them, But I was bringing up something with him about how Christianity has like many thousand sects out there. And it's like, and none of them can agree with each other. So tell me, which ones are going to heaven again? Oh, the ones that you agree with. That's right.
I thought it was like the 100,000 of the J-dubs.
Man,
Just them.
Just them, yeah.
For anybody that knows the YouTube channel, there's a Bible Reloaded is a pretty cool channel that's on YouTube. And they do a section where they watch a video that explains like the actual Jehovah's Witness like video, where it's like talking about what they believe and why they believe it and everything. And they go over it with their commentary, and it's fucking hilarious because they believe that Jesus wasn't the Son of God. He was Michael, the archangel, who was brought to human form on this planet. And then after he died from being crucified, he didn't reappear to the people and say, look, I'm not dead. His body disappeared. Corporally just disappeared. Just poof. He went across the Rainbow Bridge to Asgard. And so they believe that he's now up in heaven as Michael, the Godhead, and he's like, I'm going to judge everybody, blah, 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 blah. I'm only going to save a handful of people, though. He looks like an old school Klingon from like the Star Trek, the original series of Star Trek, not the new one. He doesn't have the ridge head thing. Okay, so that was Brian Fisher. Believes that dinosaurs are actually just old lizards.
Well, I do have one sciencey bit on that.
What's that?
In order for large creatures like that to sustain themselves above water, the oxygen level would have to be a lot higher, which we can actually dig down like ice core samples in the poles and figure out how far back the oxygen level could have sustained them.
Yeah.
Well, not to mention the average temperature of the Earth for reptiles that large
Was much warmer. Yeah.
Yeah, they
sustain themselves. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and let's not also forget that since the first things to hit land after like the sea creatures all evolved and everything, when you had trees and plants and everything, there would have been a lot of fucking greenery.
It'd be 99% forest or jungle
or some sort of number where it's obscene compared to what we have now.
Yeah.
But just think about how much oxygen rich it had to be with all those plants pumping out all the oxygen.
And that's all below the K2 boundary, which they don't think actually happened.
Wow. So we're gonna move on to my other favorite guy, the Yoda of Christian groups. We have Pat Robertson.
Oh, good, Pat.
Yeah.
P-Robes.
P-Robes is back.
Oh, what an amazing ministry. What an amazing lady. That takes sacrifice. Mm-hmm. But, at the heart of the country is this voodoo presence.
He's talking about Haiti. He's talking about a ministry in Haiti. Sorry, I should have prefaced this, but he said at the heart of this country is voodoo.
That our seed declared our religion is voodoo. And voodoo is a satanic type of culture. I mean, it just destroys them. And then on top of that, the leadership of Haiti, like Papa Doc Duvalier and his son, Baby Doc Duvalier, and some of the others have been hopelessly corrupt.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
voodoo
false.
is false. That's false. It's not satanic.
Satan doesn't exist.
Yeah.
It's like a pigeon religion. It's like it borrows a lot from a bunch of different ones.
Yeah, it's a whole bunch of shit tossed together. It's essentially
African customs. It's it's a lot of Christianity, a lot of Catholicism. There's
and it has hints of European witch magic.
Man, it's just ridiculous. It's satanic, and he's talking about these people. He brought up like specific names of the leaders of the country. They must have not wanted to trade diamonds and precious metals like he has in his mines in Africa.
Have the leaders of Haiti actually came out and said openly that they're voodoo?
That's what he said. I didn't fact check him yet. If anybody wants to, go ahead and do so. But satanic voodoo.
Well, that just seems like an exercise in futility to try to fact check back Pat Robertson.
Yeah, because he's probably wrong most of the time.
Yeah.
He's wrong most of the times. Mostly.
Speaking of Pat Robertson, there's another video floating out there, and I wish I would have grabbed it while I could, where he actually talked about the history of Christmas. And how it was originally Saturnalia, and how the Christians co-opted that.
Yeah, I saw that one.
That was interesting.
If we were trying to be festive, maybe, but
yeah, but we're not. No,
we're not. This is kind of we're wrapping up the year with the giant sausage party. Hooray! I'm gonna make it a tradition.
I like sausage.
Maybe next time if we do it live, we'll have actual sausages to eat. That'd be fun. I'll just have a crock pot of little Smokies just hanging out in the corner over there with the grape jelly and ketchup. Or is it barbecue sauce? Fuck, I don't know.
I'd need all of us to be hanging out together, and then I would eat some sausage.
I'd eat some sausage. I'd go to like 7-Eleven and get a Bahama Mama right now. Oh yeah.
That's the wrong convenience store right there.
What's that? What? Maverick, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
it's
a big bite. It's a big bite.
Yeah. 7-Eleven has the big bites. Maverick has the Bahama Mamas. Get your convenience store food right.
Well, fuck me, man. Let's get back to Pat Robertson's
critic show.
I know, right? Fuck.
And they've stolen great sums of money from the treasury of the country, and they've left the people impoverished. So,
you mean like how the rich people are doing in America right now?
What does he consider great sums of money for these guys to have been able to steal?
Great sums of money.
They took $5 out.
Christ, I love how the Christians they're so vague with all their terms.
Does that have anything to do with like great sums of money from diamond mines ran off slave labor in Johannesburg?
No, that's totally legit. That's cool.
That's okay. That's not great sums of money.
That's not a diamond mine. Money. That is a ministry outreach program where I'm trying to make sure that these people have jobs so that they can revere the God that we all worship, and that's money.
It's like pushing a rock up a hill, boy. It doesn't want to go when it slips.
Who you calling boy? You're not talking to me that way, are you?
Is that diamond encrusted rock? Otherwise, we don't give a shit.
Boy. I hate it when old white guys say boy.
Yeah, well, how else do you get the diamonds out of the mine? You have to push the rocks up the hill.
Ups down every time you turn around. But we're making progress.
He's talking about Sisyphus. Fucking
yeah.
It's just perfect for the task of religious people trying to defend their faith. Keep pushing that boulder. Just keep on doing it.
Progress. Operation Blessing is there. Others are down there. But it breaks your heart to see these lovely people, and they are lovely, wonderful people, in such terrible straits.
It's such terrible straits.
Lovely, white, and delightsome people.
No.
Oh, wait, that's Utah.
Yeah, that's Utah. I mean, Haiti, you'd be hard-pressed to find a white guy. I'm not saying race, all that stuff, but I'm just saying, like, man, it's just you're not likely. Like when
I didn't realize this was a racist podcast.
It's so racist. You're so racist, X. Like, no, No, I just know statistics.
No, I actually hung out with a couple Haitians over the weekend.
They're great people. They're lovely people. They're lovely.
Absolutely lovely people. Yes.
Yeah, and they were going in for science majors.
Because my country is dirt poor. We're literally eating dirt. I've seen the video. They make those dirt cookies that the people eat. It's fucked up. It's fucked up, yo. So the last one that we have here for tonight is going to be Rick Wiles from True News. You know, because you have to put that it's true in your news. Otherwise, nobody will believe you.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's you.
And let's not forget, this guy is a pastor. And he's going to be talking to us about what we have to worry about with illegal immigrants. So here we go.
Oh, okay, good.
Yep.
Good.
You don't realize the Trojan horse arrived 30 years ago.
Well, why the fuck did we let it in? We all know the story. Come on.
Well, because it's
in the form
horse.
of a rabbit. There we go. That's what it was.
Oh, gotcha. Well, you can't just leave it out there. I mean, you got to bring it in. You can't piss, whomever off. Leaving the gift horse out there.
I've read that the scene in Monty Python and the Holy Grail where the French guys are taunting him and they're throwing shit off the roof and, now go away, I will taunt you a second time, is actually historically correct.
Yeah.
Like, John Cleese was a major history buff.
Oh, yeah, they all were.
Yeah, and so, like, the French taunting at the parapets and everything, yeah, that really happened. They would
your
taunt.
mother's breath smells of elderberries.
Yes, exactly. And they would fling feces out into the people, like, sieging the castle and everything. So,
oh yeah,
it's fucking amazing to think about. Like the stuff that we giggle at was actually fucking done.
It's like, fuck off. We have a castle.
No, now go away.
Don't do a
And we
second
have
time.
enemies now coming across that wall. Oh, by the millions now. They're coming by the millions.
No, they're not. They're leaving.
Really?
Yeah, they're fleeing by the millions.
Yeah, we have statistics saying, they see the writing on the wall. They're like, okay, Rome's about to fall again. We need to go do something else.
I mean, back then, we're just talking about a few coming over at a time, bringing bombs and weapons and chemicals and biological poisons to kill us.
A few.
0.01% of their population is a terrorist?
A few, but it's easier for them to find that shit on site than it is for them to try to bring it over the border, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, when's the last time you heard about a sarin attack? When was the last time you heard a ricin attack or anything like that? He's talking about like there's been attacks of like bombs and poison gases and shit. It's like,
well, I wouldn't put it beyond the realm of possibility that there have been attacks that have been foiled by the government. It's just they're not sharing that with us.
Yeah, but it's not in the stats of the millions because this guy's advocating for millions.
No, that number doesn't happen.
No, definitely not.
They're coming by the millions now. The gate is down. The gate is wide open. The wall is down. There are no defenses. And the enemy is pouring into America, and a bloodbath is coming.
We understand ultimately that the greatest battle is the battle in prayer. And when I first met with Senator Cruz's dad, Raphael, some months back.
Oh, shit, my bad. That went on to another video. I didn't realize it did that. I thought one of you guys was playing that. I'm like, what? How are you doing that? That's cool. But a bloodbath is coming because, be afraid of the brown people.
Wait.
Yay, xenophobia.
That's what he was talking about, people coming across the southern border?
Oh, wait. The Canadians are coming. The Canadians are coming.
Oh, okay.
Aye, aye, aye.
I was going to say, which border is he talking about?
They're coming to be awfully polite and apologize for things quite often.
Because I've seen those borders, and there weren't, gates. They were turnstiles.
I'll tell you what, if I have any more of my favorite musicians die on their fucking way to Canada, I'm going to be heartbroken.
Wait, isn't the Canada border where we have the American apartheid wall like in Israel?
Oh, no. Canadian border's still pretty much wide open. It's a bit more of a pain in the ass to get across these days. You can't just go, hi, I'm just going to Canada for a minute.
Yeah, because if it was that way, I would totally go.
We're going over the border for some poutine.
Oh, I love some poutine right now. Poutine would be delicious. No, we have all the cool stuff in Canada. You cannot come and visit. Oh.
Or you could say it with a French accent, depending on what part of Canada you are going to, and they would mock you.
Quoi?
They're not as polite in French Canada. They insulted my mother's breath.
Really?
Said it smelled like elderberries.
Oh.
Yeah, come on. How'd you miss that?
I was like, man, he's not going to do a callback on a joke he did just a minute ago. But he did. That's landed for you, people.
Quality production, this show.
It is. I love this show. Now that I'm actually in the swing of it and I don't have any kids hacking up lungs. And we've probably lost most of our audience with that little hacking session there. But you know what? We are still under time, and I'm going to go to another break because I need to pee and I want a beer. And yeah, we'll catch you guys in a second. We'll be right back. All right, so we're back from our last little break there. We're refreshed with beers and whatever you guys may have. I know Matt's not a huge beer drinker. You like certain beers, right?
No, pardon me. I love beer.
Oh.
But I can't get the beers that I like in Utah.
Was it that the Chimay? Is that was one that you
No, they have
Chimay
Chimay out here. They don't have Castile.
Ah, that's the one. That's the one you asked me to bring back from Florida. I'm like, nope,
yeah,
can't.
Castile's
Sorry,
amazing. They have a great aftertaste, and whatever yeast they're using, it's just there's a consistent flavor through all their different beers, and
that
it's
must
just
be an ancient culture then, or one that they keep around.
They're actually Belgian beers.
Well, there you go.
So,
what's the one that you let me try at the Zombie Jesus party? It was
that
the one
was
like
the Castile Rouge. So that's like an entry level beer. It's a 8%, I think, and that's how I try to get women to think that they're going to like beer. Because it tastes like beer with cherries, not like a cherry beer.
I had it, and it was just ultimately too sweet for me to handle.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. You might as well drink a Framboise, except this actually is 8% instead of 2.
I'll stick with my Pabst tonight. No, thank you.
So I'm sorry.
I do have some world-ending beers on the shelf over this way, but I don't feel like waking up tomorrow and be like, oh God, what did I do?
I've had like an 18% stout.
Yeah.
It tasted like soy sauce.
Yummy. I used to drink soy sauce as a kid, so I'm kind of weird that way.
I got my kids to believe for the longest time that it was grasshopper spit.
Soy sauce?
It's the same kind of shit that somebody said to my kids, like, it's ground up grasshoppers. Really? And I'm like, no, it's not, kids. It's delicious. It's fermented soybeans. That's worse, Dad. I'm like, whatever.
No, it's not. Well, not really.
You bastards.
They're equivalent.
No, it's not equivalent. No. So anyway, our third section in our main topic for the week, we were going to talk about it's New Year's this week. So what are we all looking forward to for 2016? I'm looking forward to Bernie in the White House. I hope.
You're an idealist.
I know.
I'm just looking forward to the end of the election cycle.
Oh, why? So it could start again in 2017.
God. I'm done with it already.
Yeah, how many debates have we all sat through? Fuck. I give mad props.
Dan.
I give mad props to the Godless Revolution of them trying to keep up with how many there are. And I've looked at the schedule, and there's a shitload more. And it's like, I heard Dan this last episode where he's like, man, we're an atheist show. Like, we're always having to handle politics. It's fucking funny. Let's see. So what am I looking forward to in 2016? Fuck, I don't know, man. I tend to not be what do I want to say, a optimist about anything. I'm more of a realist. I kind of let life happen. I'll push for certain things to happen, but I've got nothing on my slate right now. I'm going to be doing the same job I've been doing. I'm going to be doing the podcast, of course. So maybe I'll put it to that. 2016, I hope we get tons more people listening, tons more stuff out there. Doing live shows. I know we're going to do some of those in January, maybe February. Beyond that, I've got to start really shaking the trees to try to get guests on, because none of them wanted to come out this close to like New Year's and everything. So
yeah, look who we got stuck with this week.
I was gonna say, was I one of your last options, X? What the hell?
No,
man?
I actually got someone Felicia suggested somebody else, and I had already asked you before You actually said yes, and I was like, oh, well, I could ask this other person. I'm sorry. And I don't know why I just jumped straight to Matt. I'm like, you know what? He hasn't been on the show yet. Let me talk to him. He's one of my top 10 on like Facebook that I message all the time. So
Nice.
he's not one of the people that have to hit the search bar and like go try to type in their name and try to find out like where the fuck they are.
Yeah, well, it's starting to die down, man. Like I'm not creating as much of a problem on AOU anymore. So.
Yeah, you're following the rules.
I've always followed the rules.
I know.
I've gotten warned like twice this year.
Man, I've gotten close to a couple of times. I'm surprised on some of the stuff that I've posted. I've pushed the boundaries, you know, where I'm like, okay, warning, this is highly offensive. And yet somebody would be like, I'm offended. Be like, I fucking warned you. I thought this was a joke. I'm like, why would I warn like 4 times and then... Oh, God damn
it's not up to you to dictate how others should feel, X.
I know, but you think with enough things to say, like you put a fucking sign on something that says caution hot. Some fucking idiot has to come along and be like, I wonder if it really is hot. Oh, I just burned myself. It's hot.
Yes, that's a great subset of the AOU population, sir.
Mm-hmm.
I'm triggered. I'm going to have PTSD about this. So,
well, you should.
X, quit making fun of people with mental disabilities, please. Thank you.
He's like, dude, push to talk. Stop making fun of those people less fortunate than you do. But people claiming they have PTSD from Twitter, shut up. Shut the fuck up. Come on.
Fuck yes.
Really? There are people claiming PTSD from Twitter?
Yeah.
They had their feels hurt that bad?
Yes. There are some
yeah.
supremo SJW Tumblrettes that really get their feels hurt. I fucking love Tumblr, man. I just stay away from that dark region of it.
Can I claim PTSD from all the fucking stupid out there? I mean, is that possible?
I mean,
well, you could try.
After visiting 4chan and Encyclopedia Dramatica for a number of months, years, decades, if you don't grow a second skin from the internet, it will destroy you.
People don't understand the internet. They think that it's nice and tight, and that they have all this privacy. And
my favorite saying is that there are no women on the internet.
There are no women's on the interwebs.
Yes, and that's not me saying like, oh, women can't be smart enough to use it, but nobody knows you're a man or a woman until you state that you are.
And even then,
yeah. I don't know. Yeah, you have other kin. I don't know. So I don't want to get down this rabbit trail, but looking forward to 2016. I'm looking forward to Utah Outcasts doing a lot more cool shit.
Mm-hmm.
But that's it for me. What about you guys? 2016. Anything you guys are looking forward to?
Personally, with AOU, I'm looking to up the membership, build the community. I want to double. Next year.
How many people are we at right now that are actually dues paying? Can you say?
Oh, I think last time I looked that we were around 209.
Yeah.
So we're getting there. I want to get that towards 400. So.
Which is pretty good for northern Utah, man.
Yeah, we're doing great, and we're at the highest membership levels we've ever been. So
it's just a matter of getting people to know that we exist, because that was my problem. I didn't even know it was a thing until I decided to look it up, and I was like, Utah Atheists, and there we go.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, I'm a transplant. I'm not a native. I've only been out here a little over a year now, and the people don't know that this community exists. And the biggest struggle, I think, is getting those people who aren't easily offended, finding them, because the people that are easily offended seem to still want to kind of not
hold on to
associate.
They want to pretend to be the culturally Mormon,
right?
Like, no, you don't have to do any of that anymore. You don't have to attend church services.
Well, and a great example is with the whole the resignation that happened recently.
Oh man, that was great.
There's a Facebook page for it, and I was on there kind of putting our name out there. And everyone's like, no, I'm going to go over to this church or the Universalists or something, but not atheist.
I need to put a Band-Aid on. I need to soothe this boo-boo with some Neosporin. Because I can't possibly rip the fucking Band-Aid off at all,
Well, that hurts.
It hurts. No. Well, I mean, people sometimes can't just jump from one thing to a nothing. And, I mean, But some people have to do the gradual releasing.
Which is fine. You know, I'm fine with those gradual people.
But the great thing is they're going to go into whatever church or service that they jump to next, and they're going to be like, wow, this is some bullshit too.
Hopefully. Yeah. That's what I hope happens. But there's a lot of moderates out there. Just a lot. They want to get along with everyone.
I'm agnostic.
Ugh.
Like, no, you're not. No, you're atheist.
No, those guys drive me crazy more than anything else.
And then there's the people that are, and that's what I'm probably going to be doing for 2016 is pushing the atheist thing more instead of, because there's a lot of people out there. And if you guys listen to The Scathing Atheist, he kind of had a diatribe about it this last, I think 2 weeks ago, where he said that you should not call yourself an agnostic atheist. Because when you start doing shit like that, that's when you're saying that you can never truly know anything. And when you do that, that means that, like, you don't even know if you're actually here or not. So at that point, why the fuck are you even talking? You know, he just went on a really long diatribe about it. He's like, you're trying to say that there could be. I get that. But you know what? You also need to say it's very, very, very highly unlikely that this thing that exists in the Old Testament and the New does not fucking exist.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where you need to base it on. You can't say, like, all gods. Okay, because we don't know. We honestly don't know, probably never know. But at the same time, if you're trying to say the God of the Old Testament, yeah, that dude does not fucking exist. That shit is not real. So
the phrase that helps the most, in my experience, is no reason to believe.
Yeah.
That phrase right there will get most people to admit they're an atheist.
Mm-hmm.
I just ask them how many active, like, if they have an active belief in a deity. Like, do you actually believe in a God? Well, no. Okay, you're an atheist. No, I'm not. I don't know. It's like, come on.
It's not about knowing.
It's not hard. It's a belief thing, not a knowledge thing, dummy. So yeah, I'm going to be pushing that a lot more in 2016. I don't know if I'll ever be the t-shirt wearing kind. I'd much rather wear my Marvel t-shirts and stuff.
Well, there's as many complaints as you've had about your workplace.
No. Well, I wear the Atheists of Utah lanyard loud and proud, you know. Bright red.
Do you want a water bottle? Because I feel like we can hook you up with a water bottle.
You should. I'd take it to work and put it on my desk. I get passive-aggressive vandalization every once in a while, but...
Oh, you do?
No, not really.
Really?
No, okay. Not terribly. Someone fucks with my chair all the time. So I'm blaming it on that.
Clearly because you're an atheist, not because you're an office prankster.
No, it's not about... Well, if you knew where I worked and what I worked in, there would be no prankster.
I think you've mentioned security clearance a time or two.
Yeah.
Yeah. The worst it ever really gets is the old Scotch tape on the bottom of the mouse.
That shit's funny. My optical mouse don't work that well.
That's not as bad as I get. Because I'll do the whole flip your monitors around thing sometimes too.
Really? Grow up, Kyle. Fuck.
Just to Alan though.
Oh, okay. He deserves it.
Just to our friend Alan. I'll switch his DVI cables on his monitor so they're on the wrong side.
That's awesome.
And then laugh hysterically about it.
That's a man that has an active belief in a deity. So.
And then I'll short sheet his mouse too.
I'm sorry. Why wouldn't you just swap the monitors in the
it's real easy to fix.
Properties.
Well, because we can't get into the computers that easily. We have there's like all sorts of what do I want to say, the authentication that has to happen. So you have to have something you have and something you know. It's a 2-point authentication kind of process.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, what about 2016? That was Matt. What about Landon? What about you, man?
2016, I'm hoping I have a few leads to possibly change profession.
Oh, what do you do currently?
Warehouse work, blue collar stuff. But yeah, there's a friend of my mom's son has his own tech company out of state, but you can do it out of home, and they do in-house training. So I'm hoping to get into code in 2016.
My brothers, uncles, sisters, cousins, third
right. It's
roommate.
Yeah.
So what does that make us? Absolutely nothing.
Exactly. It's just I know somebody, and I'm hoping to get in.
I'm just giving you shit. That's how I do. Kyle, what about you, man?
Well, there's some book stuff happening.
Yay!
Yeah. Oh well, there will be more details.
And you're gonna be working the same
coming.
job. Same job too.
Same job. Yep. That's not changing.
Yeah.
Not walking away from that cash cow anytime soon.
Nope.
The benefits are awesome.
Yeah, they are. It's about the only thing we got going for us in
Yeah.
that place, but
There's that. There's also some Critics Association stuff that's gonna hopefully be happening.
are you ever gonna make it to the SL FC?
That is a story for another day.
Yay, okay. Okay, so if you guys want to remember back, let's put the remembering back hats on. What about 2015? How did that go for everybody, ultimately?
Not too bad. Can't complain.
I was doing really good at about halfway through the year. I had like 2 marathons under my belt. Was doing really good. And then I got a really bad case of plantar fasciitis, so I've become a fat fuck again. Hooray. I lost about 20 pounds around Christmas, Thanksgiving time, and then after I won Fat Camp, thanks Jam, I've gained most of it back. So hooray!
That's what you do during the holidays, man. Give yourself an out.
Yeah, I'm kind of sad though. I really wanted to hit that 2015 miles in 2015 thing, but I didn't. I came to like 1,200, 1,300, which is a fucking respectable number. I don't care what anybody says.
Regardless, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But still, I'm a fat fuck. I got to get rid of the weight starting in the new year. But that's like one of those things that everybody says they got to do. But unlike them, I've done it like 4 times. So
Yeah, see, there you go. It's a lifestyle change, and if you keep drinking that Pabst, it's
I
just
know,
not
man.
gonna happen.
It's not going to happen. But what else am I going to drink during podcasts? Water?
Maybe good beer. You could sip it instead.
Sip beer? What? This is not wine, sir. This is not that top shelf
I've had at
mouthwash.
least a third of a box of wine right now. I mean,
I'm gonna do a Franzia party. It's like a whole bunch. That'd be great. That's so.
Strap it on like a camelback.
Yes, that's my 2015. What about you guys? No complaints, anybody?
Yeah, like I said, I can't really complain too much about it.
So, well, with one thing coming up in 2016, we do need to push on, and there will be much more of us talking about this with you guys. Elections.
Vote, damn it. Vote.
Fucking vote.
please vote.
Like, even if you don't like the 2-party system, like we had Paul from the Q podcast a couple weeks ago saying like, oh, I'm not going to vote because it's pointless. It's between the 2 parties and each one of them colludes with each other. It's like, no, your representative government happens because of who you vote into the office. Yeah, you may feel like having this person as president or that person as president, the choice between them being the choice between a douche and a giant turd. But it's not the president level that you need to worry about. It's the local shit.
Yeah, definitely worry about your locals. But fuck, even going off on that 2-party system.
Yeah.
Right now we're in a situation where one is
extreme left.
One is
true left. Yeah, true left.
Better than the other.
Yeah.
It's not really a choice of the lesser of 2 evils. It is evil or not.
Yeah, I'm kind of hesitant to call anything evil.
Yeah.
Well, everyone's got their own definition of evil. For me, it's, hurting a lot of people.
Yeah, but maybe they like it. I don't know.
Well, then you're not really hurting them, then.
That's doing a favor.
That's doing a favor. Put your finger in my butt.
Please?
Please?
Oh.
I'm sorry.
So
you
yeah.
guys, with as much as a sausage fest as this is this week, if you guys have not had a finger up your ass while you're getting blown, I'm sorry.
What is a blowjob? I'm married.
Oh, that's right.
Oh.
What's that joke? Scientists have discovered what stops women from giving blowjobs, and it's called wedding cake.
Our wedding cake sucked. Most expensive, nasty cake I've ever had in my life. It's horrible.
Your wedding cake sucked, and then nothing sucked after that.
No comment after this. I'm not going to Just the off chance that somebody
does
would
your
be
wife
listening.
listen to the podcast?
No, fuck no.
Oh, thank goodness.
I think she learned that one after, when Kyle and I were doing the other show that we used to have, where she's like, "Nope, I don't need to listen to this. Nope, I don't need to hear any of this. None of this. Like pointing up and down. None of it. None. All of it. None. Don't need to hear a fucking word."
Well,
because we were talking about like masturbating with solo cups full of gack, like Nickelodeon gack.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you do what you got to do.
Yeah, we were going through like a top 100 list of like the best cheap masturbatory tools out there, and I invented that one on the spot, and it lasted for years and years as like the running joke. It's still fucking hilarious.
I was looking at some $300 contraption today online. Not even joking. Today, I was looking at this thing and considering it because
why not? It's cheaper than a wife.
It really is.
What is it like what the hell is it? I want to say Stygian, but I don't know. That's not what the fuck. That's the lady. That's the lady.
You're thinking of the Sibian.
Sibian. There you go.
Yes.
And that's a lady thing. No, it'd be more like a really high-end fleshlight.
Does it self-clean? Because that's the problem I have with them.
Yeah.
No,
I'm not going to go put that in the dishwasher or anything.
Well, and they're not...
Because I can wash my hands in like 2 seconds.
I know, exactly.
They do have a male version of the Sibian now.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
But it's
the more you know.
$1,500 for a Sibian. And that's
Good God,
global.
man.
Mm-hmm.
I could buy a horse for that kind of money.
Well, it kind of acts like a horse.
Well, yeah.
Definitely got a saddle.
See, I put the softballs up in the air, and other people lob them. There you go. Okay, let's see. We wanted to talk a little bit about the gala coming up, I think in February, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So Atheists of Utah is going to be having a gala coming up in February, like I just said. I believe we don't have a number yet, but if you're not a dues paying member, you need to get in on this. Otherwise, Matt, tell us about this shit.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. We need asses and seats. I need all of you who are members, aren't members, thinking about becoming members, whatever you're going to do, spend money on this because it is our single largest expenditure of the year. And it does a lot of good. This year, we're giving... I'm sorry, we haven't set a number for sure yet, but we're giving some of the proceeds to Planned Parenthood under the name of Governor Herbert. And that's
yes!
So, and that was Felicia and Sarah's brainchild, and it's a great idea, and we're going to love giving that money to Planned Parenthood. Yes. So... if you guys listen to this, get to the gala. We need you there. We need everyone there. We're going to have a silent auction giving away all sorts of cool... Well, not giving away, I'm sorry. Giving you the ability to bid on all sorts of cool stuff. And it's a fun time. You get to dress up. We're going to have a theme this year, which we'll be announcing shortly. It's going to be a great time. I'm really excited to see what our gala committee has put together.
Do you know who's catering it yet?
Not specifically, but we should have that information very soon. Once we have the catering information, that's kind of like the last piece going into place. We'll know how much the ticket prices are going to be.
And so this usually happens within a ballroom / conference center place or like a special event area.
Right.
Is there going to be hotel rooms associated with it that people could possibly get so they don't have to inebriately drive home?
This will not be at a hotel, and we did release the location of the event.
Oh, I didn't check yet.
You need to actually like our Facebook page.
I'm on it, man. I'm on it.
This is going to be Salt Lake Hardware Building.
I found the Atheists of Utah Facebook page before I found the group. And so I was posting like presuppositional apologetic questions like there, and they're like, you might want to put this in this group here. And I'm like, there's a group? How many are there? 2,000? What the fuck?
Oh, I think you got in before we hit 2,000.
Oh yeah, it was slightly below 2,000. That's right.
Yeah. So it's February 27th. It's at the Salt Lake Hardware Building. It's starting at 7 p.m. It is a 21 and over event, and we still have some details we're putting together, but we've got all that nailed down. We'll have the ticket prices for everyone shortly. We're talking about looking to work with a hotel in the area to maybe get a price for members that's discounted.
That'd be great.
Yeah, but we will have designated drivers, and we will have contacts through Uber and such.
Yes,
to
definitely.
make sure people can get home, and it's pretty close to tracks as well.
Yeah.
So.
But anyway, so that's the gala coming up, and with that, we're going to move into our final features for the week, final features for the year, I should say. So I was going to do like a high and low for the year, but I figured, that'd be way too fucking hard for anybody to rack their brains on, so we're just going to keep it up to the week, as we always have. And, of course, I will go first, saying that my high point this week is that I celebrated my 8th year anniversary. And
Yay.
I jokingly said some shit earlier about my wife. It was just a joke. But I had a good Christmas, and ultimately the one thing that I'd use in my high and my low is sidestepping an argument with the family, mainly the mother-in-law, due to my oldest telling her grandma, my mother-in-law, that she can't play with the nativity scene that she bought my kids. Like, first of all, it's passive-aggressive, really fucking passive-aggressive to buy that shit when you know it's not welcome. And I told my oldest said that she can't play with it because she's not Christian, which is totally like twisting something that I said to her earlier in the week completely out of context. So flash forward to Christmas Day. The grandmother comes over for a visit, and my wife makes my oldest kid apologize for the fib that she had told. And I explained, because I said to her, the reason that she twisted around is that they went to like that other side of the family's like Christmas party, where they have it at someone's house, but they do like readings from the Book of Mormon and shit like that, like where it's like very Mormon Christmas, like hymns where they sing all 4 verses, not just the one, or not simple like Christmas songs. We're talking like the typical boring Mormon dirges that go on. So anyway, she said, my wife was like, yeah, it was kind of funny to have your kids like bouncing off the fucking walls while everybody else was doing the whole cross their arms and looking at the ground shit. And I'm like, that's great. And so I explained to my daughter, I'm like, look, anytime you're in a situation like that, you don't have to like bow your head and pray or anything like that. You don't even have to fucking care. And I said, and when it comes to the singing and everything, if you don't want to sing, you don't have to. We're not Christians. You don't have to do any of that shit. And so she turned it into the whole nativity scene. But anyway, sorry. I explained why all that happened and everything. So, and I said to her, I'm like, yeah, because we're not Christians. So the mother-in-law got in a huff, muttered something under her breath, and left the room. And I didn't pursue her because I was sitting in a nice comfy chair, and it had been a long fucking Christmas day already. So I kept asking, like, what? Huh? I didn't hear that. What did you say? What? And once I knew I finally had her attention, I chimed in with oh, was it me saying that we're not Christian that bothered you? Because guess what? We're not Christian. And at this point, my wife's like, okay, we heard you. It was kind of a low and a high at the same time, because I got to rub someone's nose in it, because they need to be reminded sometimes that kind of shit's just not welcome. And it's fucked up that, the whole fight happened because somebody decided to buy something for my kids that they should have like taken 1 second and been like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't get that for him. Maybe that wouldn't be welcome in their house. It's just like somebody coming up to me like, look, I bought you a shirt that has a cross on it. Like, no, that's okay. I don't want this. How dare you turn away my gift? Come on, man.
Yeah, I don't know.
Come
Like,
on.
Every visit to my in-laws was scripture, so I don't know.
But it's just one of those. She knows. She already had known. She'd known for a long time. Like, probably, oh man, before like we even had moved in together, me and my wife. So we're talking easily 9 or 10 years ago. It was just at their house, and she's like saying something to my wife like, oh, well, don't do something like that. That wouldn't make God happy. And she's like, that's okay. Chris doesn't believe in God. What?
It seems like some passive-aggressive denialism.
Well, it's like I've been in the picture so goddamn long. I think she wants to keep trying to have cracks at my kids so she can be like, I need to tear one away so I can save one of their souls. I don't know. I don't know how Mormons act. I don't get it. I'm a transplant to the state, so I didn't grow up with it, but I've lived here.
I was going to say, how long have you been out here, Rex?
I moved here when I was like 12, 13 or something like that.
All right, so longer than me then.
I had, let's see, it was the era of Super Metroid, Chrono Trigger, and what the hell was the other one? Oh, Final Fantasy VI. So it's like right around Final Fantasy VI. So
wait a minute,
great
3
game
or 6?
No, oh yeah, sorry, 3 in America. Fucking nerds. But that really is the title. I can't get too mad at him for that one. But so it was right around that time, and it's just kind of a blur to me because like this was like the 4th time in like 6 months we had moved somewhere. So being a retired military kid is my dad not retired. My dad retired from the military, and I was just the kid in tow. And trying to find work when you no longer have the government paying your paychecks, it's kind of fucking hard, man. Especially when this was like early 90s, so the tech industry hadn't like completely spread everywhere yet. Like, so Arkansas, where we were living at the time, was a complete tech fucking no hole. There was nothing there. Like, it was just backwoods. So we moved to Utah because my dad found work out here. Hooray! And I've never left. I don't know if I will.
Sorry.
Okay, that's my high and low for the weekend. I've gone blueberries on you guys, so go ahead. Who else has something?
Oh, Jesus. What happened this week?
That day happened.
Yeah,
Yes.
God, that day.
Friday happened.
Really, I think my high point for the week is that my parents, who I'm pretty sure I can lump now into the ex-Mormon category,
Yeah.
have, on their doctor's recommendation, started drinking wine.
Wow.
Yeah. Now these are 2 people who never drunk
Partook.
anything. Yeah. So they're completely new to this. So they have turned to their children for help. So
Show me how to drink.
Yeah. So Christmas Eve there were like 3 or 4 bottles that were brought over. Here, try these. So that's been fun.
Do they have a favorite type yet, or do they not know?
No, not yet. So far,
What is your favorite type?
mine?
Yeah. No, I mean not brand specifically, but like what type of wine should I say?
I'm still a big fan of Cabernets, specifically Bordeaux's. But that's just me because I really like that.
Don't like
very
that Shiraz.
very strong flavor. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the Shiraz.
No, I'm a Merlot person. I've been for a while.
Apparently, right now I'm a Shiraz person.
Been a bit of a peanut knower kind of.
Those are good. I like the peanuts. The peanuts are good.
I've never liked white though. I can't drink white. I don't like whites.
Whites are okay, but they are very temperamental.
You're not going to get as big of a headache from white in general.
I'm sure you will because it's more clarified.
Well, then there's white Cabernet.
Yes.
Cabernet Blanc.
Yes.
But it's not a true
But it's-
Cabernet. I'm sorry, I'm just being a dick.
Yes, but it's not very good. No, the difference between white and red is really very small. It's just a different variety of grape.
So small.
Um,
So anyway,
but yeah,
they're
that's-
trying wine now.
they're trying wine now, so that's fun. Got the text messages I'm now getting from my mother after a couple classes they're awesome. And they weren't particularly great to begin with because she can't see her phone very well. But now it's like can't see your phone plus drunk text. So those have been entertaining. I still don't know what half of them mean. It's just like random words that are strung together with the various autocorrects.
Yeah,
so it doesn't make any sense at all.
My wife, not my wife, my mom is a transplant from deep Arkansas, so she's a hillbilly. I mean, she still has the accent, and we've lived in this state for 20 years now. And so whenever she sends me text messages or sends my mom text messages, I have to I have to decode them for her. I'm like, what does she mean by this? I'm like, oh, well, she's just saying she's at the store. Do you need anything? It'd be like, at stir, Newton, and it's like, what does that mean? Like, it's almost like playing that What's that game where you have to read the phrase really fast and to understand what it says? I can't remember what it is, but sorry, I'm stepping all over your shit.
I have no idea. You have no idea what you're talking
Where
about.
it sounds like an unintelligible phrase, but if you hear it the right way, it's an actual term. Never mind. Whatever. You guys know what I'm talking about. Somebody out there knows. 347-6.
Someone does, but not
somebody
any of
does.
us.
Not anybody here. Nope.
Catchphrase.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
So
low point.
Well, God, it's been a pretty good week, all things considered. It's been crazy, but yeah, I really can't pull out a low point this week. It's been a nice week.
How about mother-in-law coming over for a visit at 9:00 tonight? There you go.
Yeah, that was not fun. Yeah, kids just in bed, just asleep.
Fucked up. Ding dong. Knock 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 knock. Where are you guys?
Yeah, this also comes into play with the now drinking of wine, where her judgment is not always. Yeah, it's not the best right now.
That's hilarious.
Hey, you didn't answer your phone at 9:30 at night. Well, yeah. That's for a reason.
I'm still relevant.
Okay, so we got Landon and we got Matt. Which one of you guys wants to go next? You can share something. You can be high or low, or you can tell a story about being a stranger in a strange land.
Well, I think that last one would probably fit the best. I mean, highs would be more, it was the holiday week. Star Wars came out last week. That was high.
I think it's over 1 billion now, isn't it? I believe
yes,
so.
It is. But as far as stranger in a strange land, so I drove from Ogden all the way down to Hurricane, Utah, which is near St. George.
Hurricane.
Yeah, Hurricane.
Hurricane. It's spelled hurricane. But
hurricane, yeah.
To you non-Utah people.
And ended up going to my brother lives with my mom right now, my older brother, and he's like, we're going to go over to my friend's house and have a few holiday drinks. And he ended up passing out on the couch, so I started walking back, and it started snowing. So I couldn't read the street signs, and it's a new part of town. Like, I grew up in that town walking all over, and it's a small Utah town. Like, I know all the roads, or at least I did when I was growing up.
Hey, Landon, is your microphone, like, brushing against your beard or something? Somebody's moving a mic around, and it's weird.
No, sorry.
Matt, is that you?
No, probably
I'm muted.
Okay, so it's Landon. What the fuck you doing, man?
Sorry.
Climbing upstairs with a microphone in your butt?
No.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry, finish.
So I decided to walk back. It was about 3 miles.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I'm from northern Utah. I'm wearing winter clothes. I'm good. And I got lost and ended up going on a walk while it's snowing for like a couple hours. I'm not seeing one car on the road. And eventually ended up back home. But yeah, I totally felt like a stranger in a strange land. I grew up in that town, and I have no idea where anything is anymore because it's grown so much. It's unrecognizable. That's
crazy. So, Matt, what about you, man? What do you got for this week?
Oh, man. You know, the low part is hard. You know, I'm often a polarizing presence in the group. You either love me or hate me. So I guess it would be just, you know, recognizing those people that aren't quite there with me. But the high point, definitely when we got together Christmas night, there's just so many people who are sincere and I love and come out to these things and we all have a great time. For me, that's it. It's that community portion and having everyone there together. A lot of people who don't have families to hang with or even really, really close friends. We all come out to the bar, we have a great time, and we're there for each other. And that's definitely the high point.
That's Absolutely. Why I podcast. I have no friends.
You just need to move down to SLC proper, sir.
If I could, I would. I've wanted the apartment in downtown Salt Lake for eons.
I'm looking at the Sugar House area. They have all those little boutiques that I just adore.
Yeah. They got a blue boutique up there, too.
Fedoras. I need more hats.
Yeah. I'm sure you liked how I posted the euphoric pictures.
Absolutely.
And I'm sure, like, maybe the only people that liked it are people that actually understand the joke there. You know?
Did you guys catch my pink trilby?
Yeah, that was hilarious. I want to be like, actually, that's not a fedora, that's a trilby.
Yes.
But everybody would be just rabble, 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 rabble.
Yeah, I understand.
You pull
the
any
difference.
sweet
It's
tricks
fine.
with that hat, Napoleon? Any sweet tricks?
Dude? You have no idea.
This brings in all the pussy. And with that, we're going to go into our outro for the show. Again, heaps of praise for Robert Jones, Lee Cade, and Dan Ellis for their pledging their support for the patrons Patreon show. Thank you for your support. We're off to go record our after show. And we'll catch you next week with another brand new episode. So if you need to reach us, uo@podhill.com, or you can reach us at, mailbag@UtahOutcasts.com. 347-669-3377, Twitter, Facebook, all that fun shit. We'll catch you next week with a brand new episode. But until then, Happy New Year, and you're welcome.
Good night, everybody.
Bon nuit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bon nuit.
There you go. See ya.